Good evening, everyone. This is James at Lock in the Value. So, just having a quick market review. We have the Bitcoin halving is coming up. The prices have obviously been increasing. Those of you that are in the space and are watching the prices, the market cap's knocking at 266 billion. I'm expecting Monday is going to be a big purchase day, to be perfectly honest. The Bitcoin halving is set to happen in 2 days, 9 hours, and roughly 51 minutes. Now, that'll put it roughly at 20 past 6 Tuesday morning in England, that is. So it depends on where you are in the world. So, um, right now, Bitcoin is at $9,760. Um, we did a video a little over a week or so ago now, where we said we firmly believed it would break $9,200, and which it did fairly swiftly, actually, about 4 days after that. And we said that we believed it would break $10,000 before the halving actually happened. So it's not quite done that. It reached $9,996.74. That was its all-time high in the last 7 days. So we were close. But I do think there's going to be another run of purchases for Bitcoin in anticipation of the halving. So what will be interesting is Monday, the how the market moves on Monday. But I think we're going to see some big moves for Bitcoin, and I think as a result we'll see some big moves for uh, Litecoin, XRP, and Ethereum. Now, I can say with reasonable certainty Litecoin because the Bitcoin and Litecoin pretty much move in parallel lines. XRP tends to have a larger parabolic rise than Bitcoin does. When Bitcoin is going up, XRP goes up at a steeper rate. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with XRP. I'm very excited about the fact that Neo has been really bullish lately. Um, I've always thought Neo as a development platform is very, very good. The work that they've done has been excellent. And we've spoken about this previously that if you are unsure about where your investment should go, then staking coins such as Neo and Ontology were good options. In fact, that's a reasonable portion of my portfolio is Neo and Ontology because of um, the fact that the staking is pretty good with them, and I think fundamentally Neo is phenomenally undervalued. Quite honestly, I feel if Neo was at $100, it would still be undervalued. I think Neo has exceptional potential as a project, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with that. Um, but yeah, really, really, really happy to see that so far a lot of our predictions, certainly within the short term, have been pretty good. I know a lot of people are bullish on Chainlink, and as are we, but we said about that, and Chainlink is obviously going up. But we were saying how bullish we were on Zilliqa, and Zilliqa's doubled nearly since when we did our video on it. Icons increased, not hugely, but it has increased. It's increased by about 30% since we last said. Engine coins doubled just about since we did a video on it. So we're really pleased that so far our predictions in terms of currencies and in terms of their intrinsic value are reflected in the market at the moment. The next couple of days are going to be exceptionally exciting. I'm really, really interested to see what happens on Monday because I think we're gonna fundamentally see big positive price action. But if we don't see that, then I think we'll see the opposite. I don't. I would be incredibly shocked if the price is stuck within a sort of 2% plus or minus range. I think we're going to be seeing 5% to 10% changes, either positive or negative. But I think I'm firmly on the side of optimism here, and I think I firmly believe that we're going to see, potentially 10% gain, but I think we'll see north of 5% gain on Monday. Um, but it is exciting. Uh, in terms of what we wanted to say, actually, we've been doing some research into, as because we've done previous videos where we've discussed the value of staking. Um, so we've been looking at Pool X. So I'm going to pause this for a second and bring up Pool X. So here's Pool X staking. Now, Pool X is a partnership within KuCoin, but the percentage rates you're getting are really rather impressive. And effectively, this is almost a staking exchange. You can stake the currencies. So say you stake Tron, you'll get 4% plus 31.32% annual yield, and that's after converting POL to TRX. Now, if you don't know what POL is the proof of liquidity coin that is on Pool X, and that can be exchanged on KuCoin's actual exchange. So per day, you will earn proof of liquidity coins as well as the coin you're staking. So you'll get 4% on Tron, but you will gain from your through proof of liquidity as well. And there's quite an exceptional value here, and it's really worth anyone that's staking. I've always been a fan of Binance. I prefer not to stake fundamentally on any sort of exchange or holding on an exchange just because they're susceptible to being hacked. It's just that simple. And that is a concern, and we've seen it countless times. And it might not be that the technology is weak, it might be down to human error. Again, we've seen that countless times. But if your coins are in a cold wallet or nano ledger, they're secure. So we've been trialing a small portion of funds on Pool X to see what the sort of returns are like, and they've not been too bad. So we'll show you in a second. But these are the percentages that you can get for TRX, Wanchain, Tezos, EOS, Cosmos, and there's better deals in terms of 30-day terms and 90-day terms, but it's hot. Like they fill up very, very fast. So you're going to be very lucky to get in on those. But then they have on PoolX they have an exchange where you can sell, or effectively people are selling off their shares in let's say Tron. So we'll look at Tron. So someone's selling 100,000 of Tron at a rate of 0.002 POL. Now POL is not particularly valuable at all. I think the last time I checked it was at like 5 cents, something like that. So paying 200 is effectively 10, but you'd end up purchasing into the staking, the TRX staking. Now, if I was going to do this, I'd be far more likely to get into the 90-day ones, because I think fundamentally you're going to get a better deal for the percentage returns. But it's a really interesting concept, and it really, really is worth considering. So people put sell options and buy options, and you just decide if you're holding TRX in a 90-day contract, you can sell it for whatever price people are willing to pay. And by the contrast, people can say buy, and you can say what you're willing to buy. And it's a really interesting concept, and the percentage returns are far better than you'll get on Binance at the moment when you factor in proof of liquidity. But their soft staking is really valuable as well. The soft staking returns are great. TRX had a soft staking rate of 10 to 12%. Now it's actually dropped. That was during some promotion, but they're at between 7 and 9%, which is exceptional. You can't complain about that. And the others aren't amazing. Atom's pretty good at 5 to 7%, but the work Pool X are doing and this proof of liquidity idea, I think is exceptional because I think long term we are going to see far more trading of staked currency because a big issue that a lot of people have is withdrawing it from a staked environment and getting rid of it. And this provides a potential option for people to sell off their staked currency and immediately get their equivalent amount of whatever they're selling. So if I'm selling, say, 10,000 TRX, I can sell it off to someone else and they'll purchase it with, say, the proof of liquidity token. So I'll gain a little more as well. But as an idea, it's really, really interesting. So we've put in little bits of money on some of these. So we've got a lot of like 7,000, I think, TRX, not a huge amount. But we can see sort of the daily returns that we're getting. So POL, we're getting 0.57 per day from the Tron account that we hold. From the Tezos, it's barely anything because we don't really have much Tezos. We were just having a, like I say, we're having a play around. So we're getting about 9% of a POL. The Wanchain, we're getting about 0.3 POL from Wanchain. But then you can actually look. So our POL is building up really well. Like I say, we have about 7,000 Tron. So per day, we're getting about 0.8 Tron every day from staking profits since we put in the additional 4,600. So we've got, yeah, a little over 7,000. So we're getting 0.81 per day. So it's what, 24 a month. That's about 284, give or take, a year. Sorry, 288 a year, which isn't bad. And then when you factor in the POL returns as well, it becomes very, very interesting in terms of the gains that you're going to get. Wanchain, we have 395. We're not getting much for that, 0.07 Wanchain per day. But again, as a storage place, I wouldn't say ever have lots stuck in here, but maybe a small portion just to see how it goes, because I do think we're going to see huge increases in staking exchanges, and this is the very first that's been implemented. So it's really worth checking out if you haven't already. We'll put the link in the description. If you use our link, I don't think we get anything other than the part of our assets effectively get locked up. So there's like a lockup period. So I think it just, if you were to use ours as an example, then like that POL, that 29 that we've got, would free up, I think, which is not overly significant, but we're just trying to inform people, and it would be nice if we could start building any sort of, like, even if it's just a small referral recognition on Pool X. We're not an affiliate, that's just the referral that anyone can provide to anyone else. But yeah, so a recap. I think staking exchanges are going to be big. Our predictions have been really good so far. Hopefully, we'll see 10 Bitcoin break 10 grand on Monday. So 2 days. But that's about it. And the halving's coming. It's exciting. It's going to be big moves. Anyway, that was James from Locking the Value. Take care and stay safe.